there, I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce homogeneous and heterogeneous. So homogeneous actually has two correct pronunciations. You can either say it the way I just did, which is homogeneous, or it also can be correctly pronounced as homogeneous. So let's look at both of these pronunciations and talk about how to do them easily and fluently in your speech. If you go with the homogeneous pronunciation, the G syllable is stressed and it has the tense E vowel. The letter G here has the J sound, which we sometimes spell with letter G and sometimes with letter J. So I've rewritten it here for you with letter J so you can start on that syllable and start with G. If you do that to practice, you want to try saying genius, genius. It's simple. It's similar to the word genius, but we don't reduce this ni, so you have to do the three syllables, genius. And then the letters O both do say the O sound. They're going to go by quickly though in this word. Homogeneous, homogeneous. So again, starting with that stress syllable G is a good way to get the rhythm. Genius, homogeneous, and to go quickly on the other syllables. The other pronunciation is homogeneous. In this pronunciation, the ma syllable is stressed rather than the gene syllable being stressed, and that changes the vowel sound. So now instead of two O sounds like in homogeneous, we actually have an ah for the second letter O and a schwa, an sound for the first letter O. So to practice that, you would try saying homogeneous, homogeneous. We also have a reduced vowel, this is incorrect here, homogeneous, with an I or a schwa. We also have reduced vowels then for the following homogeneous rather than genius. In this pronunciation, we have it's switched to a schwa there, an unstressed reduced vowel. Again, starting with the stressed syllable, homogeneous, homogeneous is going to be able to help you get the rhythm. It doesn't really matter which one you use. You hear both depending on the circumstance, and they're both correct. So whichever is easier for you to remember and to say correctly is the one you should go with. When you're looking at homogeneous and heterogeneous, it can be helpful to use the homogeneous pronunciation there, because heterogeneous has the genius same pronunciation and there's no other option for heterogeneous. So looking at that word, we do have the stress on the gene syllable and some secondary stress on this first syllable, het, so it has the clear vowel eh, like in red or head. So I would start this one again with the genius and then add my heterogeneous. So here we don't have the heterogeneous, we have the sound, heterogeneous. You might hear a little, sometimes people might say that with a bit of an O because we have homogeneous and heterogeneous. You can hear how I did reduce that though, that O becomes a schwa. For both of these words, for all three different pronunciations, going slowly, one syllable at a time, and then building up speed can be really helpful. I'll model that here with heterogeneous. That would sound like heterogeneous, heterogeneous, heterogeneous. I should probably rewrite this actually as a D, because in this word we do use a flap here rather than a T sound, not heterogeneous, but heterogeneous. Sounds more like how we use D in the middle of words as well, since my voice is on. Okay, thank you for this request. These definitely are challenging words, and homogeneous, homogeneous is especially confusing because you'll hear it pronounced two different ways. This one is closer to how it's spelled. This one is quite different, but again, they're both correct, and they're both, you can go with whichever one is easier for you to say. I'll be back again tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, as well as on Friday, we'll have our live question and answer class. You can attend that on YouTube, type your questions in the chat, and I'll answer them for you live. If you have a request for a word you'd like to see covered in the series, do feel free to leave that in the comments for this video or any of my videos. I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. SpeechModification.com. Bye everyone. Thanks so much.